Welcome back, everyone. I'm Justin Cole,
And I'm Ryan Stickel.
and this is the Ram Sports Roundup. Today, we'll be discussing the Rams football team.
Football team this year starting out 2-2. It's the first year in the PSAC. Let's start it off by talking about first home game this year against Ohio Dominican.
Yeah, that was a close one, 24 to 21. Games like that always hurt, because you're in the game, and to be honest, they didn't take the lead to 107 left in the fourth quarter. So we just turnovers hurt us at the end of the game, and but it was a great game as far as offensively and defensively. It was just a few turnovers in the fourth quarter that kind of came back to bite us.
Bringing up the fourth quarter, I mean, that's really what I think about when I think of that game. Y'all really dominated first three quarters, really, especially the first half, but really through the third quarter, it seemed like y'all had it, and some late turnovers, a few mistakes here and there, and it ended up costing the game.
Yeah. Looking at the offensive side, we have a sophomore Tyson Bagent who's came back. He's had a great year so far. I think two games. Well, no, excuse me. Out of those four games, he has over 1,500 yards and 13 touchdowns. So he's been
really
impressive.
good.
Yeah.
He's won Offensive Player of the Week twice out of the first 4 weeks so far. So to be recognized in this conference, already making a statement. And we talked about it last year when he was just a true freshman. Taking the next step each season would be what we want to see from him. And he's definitely settled in this year. I think he looks like he knows where he's going. He's more poised in the pocket.
Yeah.
And it's good to see that because that'll only get better as the season goes on this year, too.
And we have a pretty strong receiving core as well. One receiver transferred from Monmouth University, Devin Phelps. He's sort of a deep threat. It's like he takes the top off defenses with his speed. And going back to training camp, we saw it early. It was fun to see him, just run and catch it from sight. And even though I'm on defense and it was on my teammates,
Right.
Team player, I mean,
You
was
still
like,
got to respect it, though.
Yeah, I knew he was going to score touchdowns on Saturday.
Going to another receiver, Dylan Brewer. He's leading the team in receiving yards right now with 420. He's had a lot of production, particularly these last 3 games.
Yeah. He's been sort of a security blanket on third downs. He's D. Brewer's his routes are very unorthodox because he doesn't just stick for and run his route. He sticks to and runs his route while he'll tell you he reads the defenses and he sits in that hole.
That's good.
So the coach will tell him probably run 10 yards. He might shut the route down to 8 yards.
Yeah.
Stuff like that helps.
Now, as good as the passing game's been, deep at receiver, I think one thing this offense is missing has been a consistent run game. We've seen little spurts of it here and there, but especially late in these games, it's good to be able to run the ball.
Yeah. You see, like you mentioned, it'll be big runs here and there, but it's never like a complete full game where we're just pounding teams, and that's something going forward that we'll definitely look to do.
Definitely. Transitioning to the other side, going over to your group, the defense. What's your take on how y'all have been so far?
Man, we have a lot of returners this year. It's on the interior and in the back end. Interior, we have Scott Dixon and Ricky Robertson, 2 D tackles. They're very smart. They know all the fronts and everything. Very mental guys. They prepare and they dominate on the inside. Linebacker-wise, we're led by Chris Lane, who plays sideline to sideline, and he's just been great this year. Every game probably has 10 plus tackles, excuse me. And then defensive back-wise, we have a lot of depth, safety and corner, where guys too deep can play and cover and cover the post, and it's been great to have that depth in the back end.
Definitely
so far.
Depth and versatility. It's really good.
Yeah.
On 2 separate occasions this year, the defenses they've had 2 red zone 4th down stops, which is huge. That's taking points right off the board.
It's been
really.
We live for those moments, man. It's like if you're in or on the sideline, it's like everybody gets hyped. Just moments like that to just like stop a team who thought they had it like on a 1 yard line, it's
Right.
clutch, and it's great to have.
Let's move on. We'll talk about this most recent home game, which is the homecoming game. What's your initial take on that?
Well, going in initially, we knew it was going to be a close one. They were a great team. They prepared well. Last year, I believe they were 9-2, and this year they were still 3-0. So we know it was going to be a close one, and it was going to come down to who made the fewer mistakes and executed the game plan. Um, but it turned out that they won the turnover ratio.
Definitely. Yeah, turnover, it was 3-0. And on top of that, the refs were giving you all a hard time. Lots of penalties racked up in that
Yeah,
game.
we had over 100 yards in penalties, so that really hurt us. I know on one two key moments in the football game, in the fourth quarter, they were driving down the field to tie the touchdown that tied the game 27-27. One of the receivers pushed off on one of our corners in his own end zone and caught the ball. And the ref threw the flag, and everybody's in the stands. They chanting because everybody saw the push
Yeah, I
off.
thought for sure he pushed off. We all saw it.
And
But
then next thing you know, they called it on the corner, and then they put his hands up for the touchdown. It's like what?
yeah,
It was crazy.
it was hard to believe.
The next drive that they had to go ahead touchdown to get them to 34. On third down, like the first three and out, first part of the series, on third down they called unnecessary roughness, and our linebacker was tripping. The person they called it on was tripping and falling, and that guy was standing up. So it was kind of weird, but we have to play to dominate and not play to put it in the refs' hands.
Yeah, definitely. Now 2 losses already, so y'all got to be locked in the rest of the year. There's 2 teams on the schedule who are still undefeated right now. So if you're going to run the table, what do you guys have to do moving forward?
Well, just moving forward, to be honest, I don't think it's any team who's more talented than us, especially skill position wise. All our receivers are fast, they have good routes, and then DBs, it's like I feel like we can cover anybody. So
Definitely.
I feel like it's just going to come down to us just playing sound and as a unit, and minimizing mistakes. Just locking in and keying into assignments.
Definitely. I think finishing games is going to be huge too. I feel like at one point or another in all these games, you all dominated the other team, proving that you're capable of doing it.
Yeah.
So I think it's just putting together the complete package and finishing out these games for sure. Now, short week this week, playing Lock Haven on Thursday night.
Yep.
How have preparations been going on a short week?
It's been kind of rough, but we played Saturday, came back to practice on Sunday. Practice Monday, it was a hard work practice day, and today will be another hard work practice day. Tomorrow will be more of a deload as far as just helmets and more just mental reps. But weeks like this is like when you depend on your too deep to take more reps in practice and be ready to play on Thursday because your starters need more rest. So having that depth that we talked about will be key this week.
Definitely, and we'll wish you guys good luck Thursday and the rest of the season. We'll be out there rooting for you. That's all the time we have today. I'm Ryan Stickel.
And Justin.
And we'll see you next time on the Ram Sports Roundup.